Hello everyone, it's Caitlin here from Crystal Cove Conservancy, and I just wanted to demonstrate how you could set up a simple data sheet in your science journals. So like we talked about, there's a few different pieces of data that we'll want to record, and I'm just going to show you how to set up a simple table to record those. So the first thing is we want to write down which plant species we are counting our caterpillars on. The next piece of data we need to record is the plant adaptation of that species. Then we want to count up the total number of caterpillars placed on that species. Then the number of attacked caterpillars. And finally, any other observations. To turn this into a table, I'm going to split it into two columns and then add rows for each of these categories. And this will just help us stay really organized when we're recording our data in the field. I'll make my other observations nice and big so I have plenty of room to write down ideas. So for an example of how we would fill this in, for plant species, that is the one you chose in your garden. You chose two different species. So one plant that I picked was buckwheat. So when I'm recording data on my buckwheat plants, I want to make sure I write down which plant it was. The buckwheat was the plant with small leaves that I chose because I'm comparing small and big leaves, so I will write small leaves here. Total number of caterpillars is the number of those clay caterpillars you created last week to place on your buckwheat plants. I placed 10 in total on my buckwheat, but you don't want to record this until you've counted up all the caterpillars on the plant to make sure you got them all. Here's where I'll write the number of those 10 caterpillars that have attack marks. So whatever number that is, let's say there were 2 attacked on my buckwheat plants, I would write 2. Other observations could be anything else you observed, like if the plant looked kind of dead, or if you noticed that some of the caterpillars fell off or were missing. You can write those observations here. So you're going to create a simple table like this, and then you're going to create a second one for your second plant species, and then go out into the garden to collect your data.